Hey guys, how are you, man? It's been a minute, but I'm still here, baby. All right, so I got good news for you guys. So I recently closed a church loan up in New York. The church was actually renting the facility, and then they went through hell and high waters to get everything in order, and they finally did. And like I said, I was able to close the loan for these guys, and so it's a true congratulations, a true shout out to that church. Breakthrough Ministries in New York. So they just bought their facility. They have proud owners of the location and everything. So congratulations to those guys in purchasing their church. I can't stress it enough. If you don't know, if you have a church or you're renting, it makes you less effective to rent. You can't service the community the way you want to service the community. So I always tell members of the church, any organizations that I deal with, do you own the facility? Take advantage of the low interest rates. The government is not trying to charge you a bunch of interest because you're a church. They don't want to cross that line. They don't want to foreclose on you and be like, we're going to foreclose on the church, and then the church is putting them in the paper because they're foreclosing on the church. So, with that being said, like we don't want the church to go through that. You got me? We don't want the church to go through that. I really like make it an important aspect for churches. I don't care where you are in the United States. I really make it a aspect for churches to have the proper information in order to be able to close. In some areas, they'll ask you a little bit more. They'll try to get guarantors, and what happens is you'll deal with banks that can do church loans, but the person doing the church loan has no idea about the church loan. So they're going to try to walk you through everything, and they're going to try to put you on the standpoint of you need this, you need that, or you need this guarantor, you need that guarantor, blah blah blah. But really, a church is there to be able to close the facility, get it engaged, get it ready to go, and whatnot. Now, if you're a church and you're actually trying to buy a facility, I'm gonna put a link to an application down below, and you can take a moment to fill that out. But really, it's just executing. That's the most important thing. Executing, going about it, getting the church, owning the church, serving the community. When you own the church, what happens is those huge payments that you used to make, because remember, when you're paying rent, it's like paying the mortgage and then paying somebody else. You get me? So where the rent, the mortgage is $1,000, the mortgage is $1,000. Then you have to pay the landlord another $1,000. So imagine you're paying the mortgage and then you're paying the landlord. So that's what it's like to rent a church facility. So you got to take a church, which is a larger number. So the mortgage is $5,000. They want to charge you another $4,000. So where you're paying $8,000 for the church and $5,000 for the mortgage, and you're paying somebody $3,000 month in and month out, it doesn't make sense. So I always try to tell a church who wants to go out, help the community, help the people, own your facility. Whatever you can do, own your facility. If you don't know what to do, what paperwork to get, let me know. I'll share it with you. Before I keep going, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, tune in, and all that good stuff for the content. Also, I want to let you guys know I am putting together a podcast, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be talking about, once again, churches, church loans, things you can do, things you shouldn't do. Why get a church mortgage instead of renting a church? All the things that will allow a church to win. So I'm going to be doing that for you guys. So be on the lookout. I'm going to start sharing the link to that stuff once it becomes available. All right. So it's going to be on Apple. I know I can do the Spotify and all that, but I just like the Apple podcast. So I actually listen to it for myself. I think it's a great thing to do and whatnot. So that's going to be on Apple and whatnot. And then from that point, we'll be able to keep the ball rolling and get it to where it needs to be. All right. So the next thing I want to share with you guys, is what churches do and why they get such a hard time when it comes to trying to buy a facility. And the thing that they don't know, and they could know if they just took their time and asked. You know what I mean? If somebody's not familiar with doing a loan for your church, they're going to end up putting you in like a hard money situation. They're going to end up putting you in a situation that requires you to pay more and do more in terms of owning the facility. So if it's up to you and you don't know and you want to go about it the right way, just reach out to me, shoot me a message, shoot me a message down below, ask any questions. I'm always here to help. My main thing is, if I can make the job easier for you, I'm going to make it easier for you. If it's hard, it's hard. And when it's hard, you don't win. So if I can do that, I'm going to make it easier for you. All right. So keep that in mind when it comes to buying a facility or anything. One thing I have not done, and I'm going to touch on it, is refinancing a church facility. Yes, like everything else, a church can refinance the building. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a different video, and we're going to talk about refinancing and all the things that you can do and take advantage of when you refinance your facility. But with that being said, I got to head into the post office. I got to get something mailed out. And with that, on that note, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.